You know what? I'm going to tell this story without worrying about how I looked. Uh, for anyone that's viewing this that has been around since back in the day, some of you know this story. Most of you who will be viewing this don't. And this, in hindsight, is one of my more funny stories. But as it happened, sort of funny, but kind of messed up. And it's one of those ones where it's like, you don't want to kind of tell it because of how you figure of what your image is going to be. So, something I want to do is I want to introduce stories throughout my younger years on the channel. And I want to start being able to give you guys a whole lot more of me. This way, I can start going into telling more of what my personality really is versus what I've presented to the interwebs for over a decade now. So this is the story of Kima. This is not cool. But anyway, this is the story of Kima. And this goes back to when I was in high school. And in order for me to explain this story, I have to explain to you people what the loop is. So for anybody that was in North Jersey or in the city of New York, more than likely, and also you grew up in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, you're familiar with something called the loop. It came out in the early 2000s, I want to, 99 was it? No, this came out in the early 2000s. Oh boy, the loop, the loop, the loop. So let me explain the loop to you. The loop is a phone chat line. The loop is a phone chat line. In a smaller sense, that's what it is. But in a bigger sense, what the loop is, here's just some of the things that you could do on a loop. You call in, do, right? And this is while I'm in high school. So you call in, and it's like it opens you up to like this world of like, it's not online dating, but just a chat line where you can do several things. There's chat rooms that you can go into, and none of them are specific. It'll be like chat room 1, chat room 2, chat room 3, all the way up to chat room 9. And there's no specific theme about these chat rooms. It's not like come into here for trannies or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just the name of the chat room is whatever the number is. So, but what happened is each of the different chat rooms started to create like certain cultures for themselves. So certain people would end up going into certain chat rooms. So to be like, hey man, you know, you go into chat room 8 if you want XYZ. If you go into chat room 4 or 2, you know, like that. So there's the chat rooms. Then there's what we call, all right, you could do your messaging, instant messengers, where it's almost like a text message. You hear somebody in the chat room that you want to talk to on a DM, you DM them. You know, you leave them that voice note, boom, send it right to them, and then y'all could just go back and forth with your direct messages. Actually, your instant messages, those are instant messages. Direct messages, they have like mailboxes. So you call into the line, and then it'll be like, you have 30 new voice messages. So it's like having a voice messenger right there as well. So you got your voice messages when you log on, and when you log on, people can hear that you logged on. Like you have friend lists. So when somebody on your friends list hears that you log on, there's several things they could do. They could send you a voice message. They could send you a direct message. Or they can call you up, or you know, they could just pay attention to where you go, because a friend of yours can monitor where you go. So if you go into a chat room and be like, so and so has just entered chat room 7, So you could go into that chat room right behind him, and you could do it incognito mode too. You could go in there and you could kind of follow him. The loop was a really dope thing, really dope concept, and I think it was way ahead of its time. All right, so we got that out of the way. We explained the loop, and again, it used to go down in those direct calls. Woo, it would go down in them direct calls. It'd be crazy in them direct calls, especially back in those days. So one day, I'm on a loop. It's a Moscow Mule, by the way. One of my favorite cocktails. Sorry for drinking it here. I hate watching a video and somebody does that and you hear the sentence. I hate it. I apologize. I'll mute up next time. But I'm in the chat room one time and I'm just going to the next message. Go to the next message. Let me just hear what's going on in here. And it's not like the chat rooms aren't like a whole bunch of people talking at once. It's like you leave a message for the chat room. You hear that message, then you hear the next person's message, then you hear the next person. It's like that. So I hear this person's message. It's from a girl. And it's not to me, it's to the chat room. And it's from somebody named Kima. And Kima appears to be looking for all of the horny, big dick nigglets. That's what she's looking for. And I'm like, I think I fit the bill. Let me see what's up with Kima. Send Kima a message. Send Kima a message. Then the messages are flowing back and forth, right? So I have to go to work, right? I was working at Old Navy. I had just started this job. And I'm in the shower. So I'm still leaving these messages to Kima because Kima sounded wet, boy. Kima sounded horny. I'm young. How old was I? 16? I'm growing. You know what I mean? You're experiencing different things in life. You get it. So I'm in the shower and I'm leaving these messages to Kima. Kima's leaving messages to me. And Kima can hear that I'm in the shower. Oh, you in the shower? What you about to do? But Kima always had this horny ass voice, if I haven't said that already. Super horny ass voice all the time. And I'm just like, I'm showering, I'm gonna be headed over to work. I'll never forget that Kima said this. She said, "Oh, I thought you was showering so that you could come bring me some of that horse dick." I was like, wait, what's a horse dick? What the hell is that? Now, we didn't have Google back in this day, so thank God that I didn't Google horse dick. But eventually I found out what. I want you to bring me that horse dick. I got to go to work. So now I'm like kind of weighing my options. Like, hold up. Because Kima says she lived like not too far. So I'm weighing my options and I'm like, I could go to work for about 5 hours and make some money. Or I got Kima who sounded hot, bothered, and ready, already horny. I could go over there and bust that down. I went to work. But I continued to speak to Kima like later that night when I got back. Didn't have cell phones back then. So you just got to wait till I get back from work. So I would talk to Kima here and there, and then when we finally set it up where I'll come through. Now, back in my junior year of high school, I skipped a lot of days. Or some days I'll go to homeroom and just leave. I don't know how I made it out of junior year, but I did. Well, I do know how I made it out. My mother had to come to school. Another story for another day. But I made it out of junior year. So I skipped school this day. I let Kima know, hey, I'm home. What's good? Oh, come bring it through here. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to bring it through here, right? So I get another. Actually, these wasn't even messages. I'm in the call with Kima. Not phone number, but like on the loop. And Kima tells me, she says, okay, so you're coming over here, but I just want to give you heads up on something. I just want to give you a warning. And I hope that you're okay with this. So I'm like, what's the problem? Now, I've always been someone that's intuitive. Like I'm always trying to, even in these days where your hormones are racing like crazy. And it was like, well, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I have a gay roommate. So I was like, you have a gay roommate? Gay roommate there? And she's like, no, he's not here. He's down at the court, handling something with the court. He's not going to be here. I just wanted to give you a heads up and let you know that I have a gay roommate. I'm guessing in case I go overtime with maybe that. So, okay, cool. I don't give a shit. As long as motherfucker don't bother me, I'm good. I don't care. Now, at this time, I have a lot of football years under my belt. I'm not big like I am now, but I was always tall. So at the time, I'm probably 6 feet. That's junior year, so I'm 6'1". So at the time, I'm like 6'1", probably a $180, right? Whereas now, I'm 6'1", 230. We're talking 50 pounds difference here. So, but at the time, so I still look like I'm in good, well, I was in great shape at that time, so I didn't look like no chump. So I'm like, all right, roommate's not going to be there. I'm going to go bust this down, try to get up out of there before the roommate gets back. Worst case scenario, roommate gets back and I just stay over here in the other room, right? Head over, I jump on the bus. Did I jump on the bus or did I walk? I think I took the bus. I did take the bus. I take the bus. I get over there. Knock on the door. Let me in. Damn it. Got some pussy to get. And someone comes to the door. Wasn't what I was expecting now. The description that was given to me from Kima was about 5'6", 160 pounds. And we used to ask chicks their waist size back then. Waist size, breast size. That's how we used to, because we ain't have no visuals. We had nothing to go by. We had nothing to go by outside of what you asked. So it was something like a 38 D cup chest, waist size about an 8. Like that's the pant size they will wear. So I'm like, all right, sound good. Tight stomach, allegedly. Okay, cool. So what came to the door was not that. And I have loop stories that can go on for days. I have a bunch of loop stories, especially about Lenora, cutie with a booty. I'm gonna tell that story one day. It's a shorter story. It's kind of short, but it's not short. It's not. It's short, but it's not really. And that one's with Raw Dog Rob. I'm gonna tell that story one day. This one is a dolo. But what came to the door, again, I'm 6'1". What came to the door was like a 6'4", 220-pound man with some dirty pookie braids in his hair, cornrows. Me, I'm like, maybe I got the wrong place. It was like, is Kima here? It was like, oh, Kima went to the store. She was waiting for you. You could just come right on in. The gayest voice. The gayest voice ever, right? I got to speed through the story because there is another part to the story. So let me speed through this part. Super gay, right? Oh, you could come right in. She went to the store. Just come right on in. Me, 16 years old, young, don't know how to move, not careful. Like how when I look back at this now, I'm like, come on, youngster. How do you not see what's going on here? Like, what's wrong with you, dog? But in the time, that's all I'm thinking about. Hormones racing. I couldn't control them. I ain't have no OGs in my ear smartening me up to nothing. I'm just, whatever way the wind blows, I'm figuring it out as I go along. And so I'm like, all right, bet. Kima went to the store. Let me come on in. So I come in. I sit down. Hey, you can sit down right here on the couch. I had the 3-seater, and he sat in the love seat. Let's say he sat in the single sofa. And on the table, there's a coffee table with a Jet magazine on it. Like, damn, people still do Jet magazines? If you're old enough, you get it. So I'm looking at the magazine. I'm like, man, there's some bitches in here. Look at that. I'll show the gang to her. Look at that. She's fine, ain't she? Look at her. Like, I'm trolling, but like I don't know what trolling is in these days, but I'm trolling. Look at her. Man, she look good. Why would you ever want dick? But anyway, so he's like, oh, you look so tense. It's like, you look so tense. Do you want me to go get you an E-pill? And I'm like, what's an E-pill? Oh my God. I'm just telling this story and I'm thinking back at it now that I'm way older and have lived that life more than twice. I'm just like, how was I falling for this shit? But hey, do you want an E-pill? I'm like, what's an E-pill? Or was it Molly? It was one of the two. Either way, I didn't know what either of those things were. And he was like, ecstasy. It wasn't E-pill. It was like ecstasy. And I'm like, what do I want ecstasy for? It's like, you look a little tense. I just want to help you relax until Kima gets back. So I'm like, I don't take any drugs. And at that time I don't never take any drugs, no weed, no marijuana, none of that, no drinks, not a drop of alcohol. Nothing was in my system except football. That's it. Football and track. That's the only things that was in my system. So I was extremely healthy and not indulging in anything. So I'm like, nah, I don't do any drugs. It's like, oh, okay, you look intense. Do you want a massage? Just rub your shoulders. Bro, go sit over there, man. I'm waiting for Kima. There's no Kima. There's no fucking Kima coming. So I want to say about 20 minutes done went past. And I know this area. I know where the stores are. There's a store 2 blocks away. It don't take that damn long. So I'm like, dang, what you think taking Kima so long to come back? What you think is a big deal? What's happening? It's like, oh, Kima, she do this all the time. She got to meet somebody and she'll just have them waiting. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Okay. You ever see her with somebody? Like, can you describe her to me? Describe Kima to me. It's like, all right, cool. And he was like, hey, you sure you don't want some E-pill? I could just get it started for her. So, you know what? I gotta go. Tell Kima I stopped by, but I'm not really the type that likes waiting like this. I'm gonna go dip off. Because get it started for her is crazy. That shit is crazy. Like, oh, okay, all right, I'll tell her you stopped by. I can't do the gay voice, but this is what it sounded like. Say, oh, okay, I'll tell her you stopped by. You look real handsome. But I'm gonna let you go. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I get out the house. I'm like, I'm not even waiting for the bus. I'm just gonna go home. Just walk. So I get home. I check the loop. I get on the loop. I check the loop. I got a message from Kima. Go figure. And Kima is apologizing. She said, oh, I got a ride back. And I saw you when you were leaving. You look so good. I just want to apologize for not seeing you. And I know you might be mad at me. So here's what I'm going to do for you. My friend, that's a girl, my friend, you might not want to see me. So I'm going to hook you up with my friend. I think she might live close by you. You could talk to her, and do some stuff with her. And then maybe later you could do stuff with the both of us. So I'm like, all right, cool. I still don't think that I put it 2 to 2 together that Kima was that person. I ain't put that together yet. So I start talking to the other person. Now, mind you, again, that dude that was posing as Kima had to be in like his mid to upper 20s. Probably upper 20s. So I'm on the loop talking to this friend now. And I'm setting that up. Go over there at night. Late night. This is where it's bad. So I go over there late night, right? It's dark out. It's dark. Everything's dark. And what comes to the door is, this rotund-esque woman that's really, really dark skinned, right? Had her hair in some sort of wrap with, like, you know how women wrap their hair sort of thing, you know, with the scarf, you know, invites me to come downstairs into the basement. So, okay, I come downstairs into the basement. I come downstairs into the basement. I'm ready. I'm bricked up. I'm ready to go. But as this chick starts talking, like, the voice is getting a little deeper and deeper and deeper. And my bricks is turning into sand at this point. And I'm like, you're not the most attractive thing in the world, but why is your voice getting deeper than mine? Like, oh, don't worry about it. You know, pull that thing out so that I can suck on it. So I was like, so she did one of these to me right here, hand, like these, right? Pulls off the wig. Yo, that's a no. Yo, I didn't take anything off. I didn't have to pull anything back up. Like, yo, you're a dude. I jump up out the bed, throw my sneakers on, right? Because those was about to come off. Throw my sneakers on, book it to the door. Yo, I ran from the time I got out of that bed all the way home, which is about, 33rd, 9 blocks. The long way though. 9 blocks all the way back up to home. Is that 9? Yeah, about 9 blocks all the way back home. I sprinted. Oh my God, I was a fucking dude. So I'm like, all right, that part, and it was late night. I'm talking like 1 a.m. So I'm like, all right, that was some fuck shit. This is all messed up. I got all these messages from Kima when I get back. So I'm in school, right? And I'm in Spanish class. In my school, they had these telephones on in each class, right? So what I would do is I would go to the phone, put my number in, because I was just addicted to the loop. But I'm in Spanish class. I hit the loop and I get these messages, right? So I got these messages from someone that was my girlfriend, my fake chat line girlfriend. And I think that she was like 26 years old. It's like, why was there so many predators on this shit? There was so many predators. Everybody on the loop is teenagers. Everybody on the loop is teenagers. It was made for teenagers. But there's all these mid-20s to upper 20-year-old people on here. So I had this older chat line girlfriend. I can't even tell you what the name is, this person. And she's leaving me these messages. Because I had told her about the Kima thing. And she hits up Kima and she got some intel on Kima. She was like, and hits me up and was like, did you meet somebody named Kima? And she sucked your dick and she sent you over to her friend's house and she sucked your dick? Let me tell you now, those were some men. I'm like, hold on, wait. Nobody sucked my dick. Nobody sucked my dick. But wait, Kima was a dude? It's like, yeah, that was a dude. I'm like, how you know? It's like, she told me they was playing you, they was trying to set you up, and they was gonna do these things with you, and then if they got together, and I was like, huh? It's like they're gay. I'm like, but Kima, she sound horny. She's like, that's a fucking dude. I'm like, and then it all started to click, right? It started to click. I'm like, oh, I was about to get lined up. Now I got all these messages coming from Kima just laughing. It was scary because like every time I push 8 to delete, the next message comes in and it's more laughing. 8, get out of here. More laughing. I'm like, oh no, this is crazy. So, friend of mine that I ran track with and played football with, I'm not gonna say his name, I'm gonna protect him. Same scenario. He sets up to meet Kima in the park, and it was late. And when he went to the park, he was like, yeah, there was this girl in this blue goose, but there was also this really tall guy that was with her. And that's the person that approached me. I was like, but who was the girl? He was like, I didn't get a good look at her. She was kind of dark skinned. I was like, oh no. Now, here's the kicker. After that, like throughout the years, I would keep seeing this Kima person over by where my mother lived. I would see him in just the most random places, and every time I see him, he's laughing. This just look mad eye contact. Bro, why'd you giving me eye contact, dog? And the last time I seen him, I'm in college at this point. Now, mind you, after high school, I did go straight into college, but I stopped going and then I took a couple of years off and I went back into college. So I'm 21 now. This is 5 years. Am I 21 or 20? So let's say 21. This is 5 years later. With my girlfriend, we go downtown, we just walking around, we go to McDonald's, and I see him again. And now he's just looking at me. He's looking at me like, you look familiar? Because I hadn't seen him in a while. Like out and about. Be clear. And I hadn't seen him in a while. He's just really, really looking at me. And she's looking at me. She's like, why is he looking at you like that? I'm like, and my face is just like, I seen a ghost. I'm like, she's like, why are you looking like that? I'm like, I'll tell you later. Let's get out of here. I'd never seen him again. That was the last time I had ever seen him. The L. Gibbets tried to get me, yo. They tried to get me. Fuck.